Welcome to the Hustle Factory Podcast Show.
All we do is hustle.
And here's your host, John Lindemis.
He's kind of a big deal.
Bringing you amazing insights and views of entrepreneurship on today's society.
Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show. How's your day going so far? If you ask me, I've been ridiculously busy as hell with so many things. I can say like social media, hustling like a boss, podcasting, social media content, and so much more, guys. Anyways, today's episodes, I'll go ahead and continue to the topic on what I discussed on the previous episode about 13 signs of a negative person. So if you haven't gotten the chance to listen to it, I highly suggest that you guys check it out on Anchor and pretty much on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and other platforms that's out there. Lastly, as I mentioned before on the previous episode, all of these 13 signs that I will be discussing are something that I learned and observed throughout my journey as an entrepreneur. So let's dive into the last 7 signs of a negative person. Let's do this shit. I got a very good one for you guys. Check this out. When it comes to one of the signs of a negative person, they definitely have the mentality of never moving outside of their fucking comfort zone. What I'm saying is that moving outside the familiar world or comfort zone is a huge fucking antipathy to all negative people out there. The thing is, they just can't face the possibility of fear, discomfort, and even failure. Thus, they are never able to try out new experiences, and they are doomed to dwell in their fucking boring and depressing comfort zone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 7th sign of a negative person, and that is they never move outside of their comfort zone. Pretty sad, right? Next sign of a negative person is that they simply fucking love the word but. A negative person might say something positive or even compliment on whatever you're good at. They might be happy to find themselves on the beach or in a restaurant or wherever somewhere good it is. Here's the fucking problem. They always finish their remarks with that one word. And I mean that one word, but, which turns a positive into a negative one. A great example of this will be like having remarks like, "Oh, it looks like a great business to start, but do you think you have enough experience to do so?" Or, "It's an amazing topic or niche to talk about in your upcoming YouTube channel, but is that topic or niche is not going to boring as hell to your listeners?" Ladies and gentlemen, the way how I see it, these are nothing but a bunch of fucked up excuses by negative people. Alright, getting to the 9th sign, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you this question to all of you guys. What do you think the reason or factor for having a lack of success? Go ahead and let me know by tweeting us at HFactory Podcast or simply leave a voice message on Anchor if you're listening through it. If you ask me, their negativity is the main cause of having a lack of success. Straight facts, ladies and gentlemen. The problem here, guys, is that the negative people usually have that low self-esteem and zero confidence in themselves. Although the real threat to their success is that their EQ, or emotional intelligence, is crippled by their very own critical and confrontational manner. In addition, they will amuse you the fuck out with all these ridiculous stories of how difficult people were, how they would never collaborate, and how impossible it was to get anywhere with them. And you know what? If they would just be a bit more positive, I truly fucking believe in all of my entrepreneurial mindset that things will be much better and possibly get somewhere. Feel me, guys? Well, look at this, guys. We're literally halfway done with this episode. Not to worry, the next times will definitely indulge and get you curious even more. Have you ever noticed and wondered that those who are negative can never talk about their future plans or projects in a positive way? As a matter of fact, they barely even talk about plans at all because they are dwelling fucking too much on their present life that they hate so much. And as an aspiring entrepreneur, I believe that everyone has dreams and goals in their life. And I know for sure that everyone, and I mean everyone, including the ones who are listening to this podcast alone, have future plans and visions you want to accomplish. But just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that you're on an open highway while they are fucking stuck in the dark, depressing tunnel. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 10th sign, which is they never get excited about future plans or future projects. For the 11th sign, I got another sign that most of you guys already encountered in your lifetime. And if you guess it right, and if you guessed energy suckers, then you are fucking right, ladies and gentlemen. So, energy suckers, huh? What does it have to do with anything with negative people? Matter of fact, shitload of them. In addition to them being fucking demanding, negative people will suck the hell out of all of your energy just like a vampire. They're simply incapable of producing any positive energy or vibes to themselves, hence get to the point of absorbing your very precious time, attention, and especially your energy itself as they proceed to drag you down to the negativity zone. And that is something that we don't want to happen to us, ladies and gentlemen. Hell no. Alright guys, I am gonna go ahead and get on to the 12th sign of a negative person. By now, you should already figure it out that negative people will have a difficult time to recognize joy, passion, contentment, and even excitement. Keep in mind that these are not emotions or sensations that they regularly practice all the time or experience. With that being said, it is no surprise when considering this type of people are just fucking fixated and stuck on their unsatisfying and depressing lifestyle. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, it could be that job that they hate so much, their current relationship with someone, it could be your family members, friends, anyone, matter of fact, and especially their social status. Well, guys, are you guys ready for the final sign of a negative person? If you are, then brace yourself for this one. What I'm about to tell you guys is totally 100% relatable to anyone, and I mean anyone. Doesn't fucking matter who you are. You get to the point where you are so fucking psyched to share the great news of having your dream career, engagement, or matter of fact, a new house that literally has the best view in the entire place. And that is the final sign of a negative person, which is they always put a negative spin on the good news. And here's a major tip everyone should utilize as always. The best way to deal with all of the negativity out there is that be thankful that you have an amazing positive mentality to yourself and that you have overcome most of the negativity in your lifetime. The point is, the more negative the person is, the happier you can be, and that like them and being extremely careful as fuck about not getting caught on their web of negativity, ladies and gentlemen. And that's something that the majority of people struggle most of the time is that they struggle so much about being thankful and being positive all the time. And I totally understand why, but point is, don't let them slow you down. Well, guys, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 13 signs of a negative person. I didn't realize that this entire topic will take me at least 2 episodes to finally complete it. But hey, what do I expect? There are 13 signs of them. Anyways, now that I have completed the 13 signs of a negative person, now it's my turn to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts on this episode, guys? Then, after listening to this episode, guys, what is the one sign you seem to find the most all the time with negative people you encounter so far? Well, whatever your thoughts are in this episode, make sure to go ahead and send us a tweet at H Factory Podcast. And if you're listening through the Anchor app, go ahead and leave an amazing voice message on it. So, to end another amazing episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show, let me go ahead and say some few important things about what I learned throughout my journey as an entrepreneur about negative people. Here it goes. First one is, as long as there are successful people or anyone on the state of happiness out there, there will be always, and I mean always, someone out there who always gonna be that one negative person, gonna be waiting for you to notice them and gonna slow you down. Second, negative people tend to think all the fucking time that it's too late for them to change, or pretty much too late for them to start all over again. Guess what? That is so not fucking true, ladies and gentlemen. Hell no. Whoever told them that it's too late, they're just plain fucking ignorant. Everyone deserves a second chance for happiness. That's all. Also, if you did happen to be a victim of someone else's negativity, an easy way out is to simply humbly tell them that you don't have time for their own bullshit drama because it's not yours and you have your own life to live with and not theirs. Most importantly, negative people are just fucking everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. Don't be a victim of their negativity, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's the wrap for the episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I'm so thankful for everyone taking the time to listen to today's episode. I know that everyone got different things going on in their life and so on. Yet I totally understand and respect it. So if you did enjoy and love listening to my podcast, it will be freaking awesome if you guys can support this aspiring podcast by donating through the Anchor app or website. It could be really any amount starting from 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99. Plus, by supporting my podcast, you are actually helping me create more amazing motivational and inspirational content through this podcast. And please don't forget to drop a review on my podcast on iTunes and Spotify as well. Or just go ahead and leave a voice message on Anchor or hit that big clap button on the Anchor app. And make sure to go ahead and follow us back on Twitter and Instagram at H Factory Podcast, and also on the Hustle Factory Podcast Show Facebook page for some news and update. As of today, I'll go ahead and start to mention how many followers we got on each of the social media networks I have, and I'll also go ahead and add some followers goals on every month. So at the moment for Twitter, we have 566 followers, and my goal on it for next month will be 600 followers. And Instagram, I had a we have at least 51 followers, and my goal for next month at least 60 followers next month. And now keep in mind, I've started using Instagram like in a matter of a couple of weeks, so it's only gonna be a few followers for now. As if for my Facebook page, we had 26 followers and 25 page likes. And next month, my goal is at least having 30 followers and page likes as well. And I know the numbers on my social media networks, it's a bit too low. And to be honest with you guys, I'm a bit disappointed, but that's perfectly fine because that's just part of the social media network. Every social medias out there have different algorithms and so on. And plus, my ultimate goal is to create that organic following from you guys. We don't want any fake followers and bots and so on. So, did this episode get you inspired and motivated somehow, guys? Go ahead and share this episode to everyone you know and spread the word about my podcast. Just another podcast where I discuss some of my inspirational and motivational insights of entrepreneurship and so much more. And don't worry, I'll keep coming up with some more of that amazing content on the long run. Other than that, guys, what are some of your thoughts on this episode? I know I asked this seconds ago, but I know your opinions towards it can change anytime. And hey, whatever it is, I am welcome to hear it from you guys. So go ahead and get in touch with us on social media networks, and please do go ahead and use the hashtag The Hustle Factory Podcast Show. News and updates wise about this podcast? Well, let's see. I am finally happy to announce that the interview segment for this podcast will be coming really soon, and I mean fucking soon. I'm really thinking about getting it started on next month. All I need now is just to go ahead and find some guests on this podcast. So if you're down for it, guys, just go ahead and drop a DM on either Twitter or Instagram, and I'll go ahead and discuss it furthermore with you. If you're interested in ever becoming my first guest or my future guest on the Hustle Factory Podcast Show, well, make sure to join me again next month for another episode of the Hustle Factory Podcast Show. For the next episode, I'm not so sure what to talk about. I'm either going to be doing another bonus episode, probably a bonus episode about this topic, or perhaps the first interviews episode segment on this show. Either way, just make sure to keep an eye out on our social media networks for news and updates. I hope that you guys get inspired and motivated on my podcast. If you do, make sure to share this to everyone you know and support my podcast as well. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next episode. I'm out.